How often do you change your bag out? Like you use a different bag?
When I find one that I like, I run it to the ground.
Like to the ground?
To the ground.
Like it's game over?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I have like a beach bag. I have a camera bag. And then I just have like a go bag.
Like an everyday bag?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like, okay, so the camera bag, how long you had it?
This is a brand new one. The one I had before, 4 years.
4 years. So 4 years, that's a good stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like your Goyard.
I'll use that until I find a bag that I like better.
Yeah, that would be very hard to find.
Yes, exactly.
But how long have you had that one?
Probably 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
And I've used it every day.
Bags are so interesting to me because I feel like I find one and I'm like, it's so hard for me to leave it.
I know.
Like what would cause me to leave that bag? My last bag that I loved so much got stolen.
Yes.
That was a low
sad.
moment. It was
So
a
sad.
perfect size bag.
It was a nice bag.
It was a beautiful bag. It was a gift. As is the bag that I'm currently using. But like the other day, we were cleaning out the closet and there's this other beautiful backpack. It's a beautiful backpack. It's leather. It's gorgeous. It's got my initials on it as a gift.
Stop.
And I tried it for a day.
You did try it for a day.
And I concluded I'm not leaving my bag.
When you showed up with the
new
different bag, I was like,
It's a
wow.
because your bag's kind of a part of your identity.
It is.
It's an extension of you.
And think about this: when we were growing up, you have a backpack, a little JanSport. You take every day to school. Did you think for the rest of your life you'd be also using a bag?
No, I thought I would graduate from a bag.
Think about that. I've got a good collection, a good crew of bags.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not touching them. They're not like shoes.
Right. They're not interchangeable.
You're like, what am I going to use today? Bags. I just feel like you get your bag, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't people use them as accessories that like?
Well, that's different.
I think that's
a purse
different.
is different than a bag.
A bag, yeah, like your everyday bag, like your
Yes.
work bag,
Yes.
like your,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, also
Right.
I have a gym bag. I don't stray from.
Oh,
I use the
man.
same gym bag.
Same.
Every time I go.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm out of the gym bag days.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the Orange 3 fitness culture.
Yeah. What do you need a bag
it's,
for?
It's your wristband or your armband, and it's you
It's not a
you put
chest
your.
one?
Oh no, we're out of that. That was a long time ago. That's
His face.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
He said that
don't
just
do
says
that again.
everything we need
Don't
to
do
know.
that again. No, don't do that again. No, and it's just keys, wallet, sunglasses. You just put it in your little locker.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's not a bag culture. Sorry, what am I saying? I have a gym bag. Because when I leave the office and
Yeah,
I
like,
go,
what do you do with your clothes? You just
have
throw them in your trunk.
and I'm not changing that gym bag. It's got a tear in it. It's got a rip. That's a 4 or 5 year run.
Whoa.
The thing about a bag is that it's got to fit your personality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like seeing people that I go, whoa, this doesn't make sense. You are X, but you're wearing Z. This does not connect for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want like someone that's like for example, the Robster. Perfect bag.
Perfect bag for the Robster.
That is a Rob bag. Very Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Very Air One.
Yep.
Very good.
Very, I drive a brand new Tesla
There you go. It's on
with the inside lights.
but it works.
It works for him.
Because it's got you got to be true to your brand.
Yes, I
stick
love
to
it.
your brand.
I love that.
Yeah, when Julie tries to get me to wear some crazy stuff that I don't like any of it, and I go, this is not my. I don't do this. I do plain. I don't want labels and brands.
You want neutrals.
I want neutrals. I want safe. I've been killed on the internet. I don't need to get killed on the internet.
Killed on the internet.
Yeah, I don't, like some guy left a comment on a preaching clip from this last week. I saw this morning. He was tagging his buddy. He's like, this is like an SNL character of a hit pastor. And I wanted to reply, nope, this is me.
I'm actually not playing anyone.
No, this is
Just here to do a job.
This is your boy. And that's how you read it. That's fine. But I've chosen this. I've developed this.
Who I am.
This is 100% who I am. And I love it.
Yeah.
But you got to stick to yourself.
Of course.
Your bag is a part of your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Leadership Lean In. Now, our initials are LLI, Leadership Lean In, where we lean in to the subject of leadership. All of this, the attempt is just to somehow, some way, try to get a little bit better. So thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Where are you leaning in from? People listen to this syndicated radio program all over
XM radio.
Like, we're not on XM, man. In
XM.
your dreams, man. That's Joel Osteen has his own show. You don't. People are part of our community all over, and it means the world. So let us know where you are leaning in from. We are excited. We are in the middle of summer. I hope you're having the best summer. I hope you're enjoying the month of July. Hope you had a great 4th of July. And even in the summer, we can get a little bit better. Watching the Olympics in Paris, we're still, as we eat our watermelon and enjoy USA domination, we can grow in our leadership. As always, I am your host, by the way. So stupid. I'm going to start doing this for a while. My co-host,
we're here.
Here we are.
This is April, and I'm sorry, Matt.
That's a compliment to me.
She is the best. Shout out to April.
Shout
we
out to
love
April.
you.
Yes. We love you.
A huge part of the Leaner Nation. This is Madi, and this is, what's your name again?
Okay.
Nader.
It's Nader.
Nate Dogg and Warren G.
I'll take it.
Nader is here, and we are. How's your summer going, by the way? You got a couple kids. You got your hands full.
Yeah, a couple kids. I feel like I'm having a blast. It feels like real summer.
It's a real summer.
Yeah.
Thank God June gloom ended a couple weeks early.
Oh, praise God.
Right? And then now, because the morning is the indication of summer.
So true.
100%.
The morning tells you what's going on.
Yep.
And you wake up here in LA in the morning, it's like, okay, it's on.
Sun is out.
Sun's
through
out.
your
You're ready to go.
windows.
Yeah, ready to go. You know it's
chirping.
good when you're ready to go on a morning run.
Oh, yes.
I love a morning run. It's so summer.
Same. Nate, you know who I got to meet in Miami this week?
I don't.
I can't wait to tell you. I got to meet the Overflow team, and they are
Oh my gosh.
epic. Sorry, they're the most fun people in the room.
Yes. Vance, Bethany, Jonah.
Yes.
I saw someone in a Costco wearing an Overflow sweatshirt.
Did you walk up and you're like, you work for Overflow?
Yeah, I was like, hey, do you use Overflow? And it was someone from their team.
Of course.
Overflow in the wild. I think they're
Overflow
taking
in the
over.
wild. Yeah, they are. They're everywhere.
Yes. And they should be in your organization too.
Yeah.
This is what I love about Overflow is they make giving accessible to anyone who wants to give pretty much anything. Stock, crypto, trusts. If you want to give cash, they can help you out with cash. They're not just church oriented. I love that they're working with organizations, nonprofits. We're with the Golden State Warriors and help them in their giving initiatives and fundraisers. So if you are looking to equip your organization to receive gifts or fundraisers, your church to give at a higher capacity, Overflow is the company to partner with. What do they got? The Apple Pay, the taps.
Yep, love those.
I feel like that's just next level. I'm not going to scan a QR code, Maddie.
No.
I'm over QR codes.
Me too.
And so scan this QR code I'm just kidding, but they have the technology that is going to equip you to, they're on the front edge, on the cutting edge of technology.
Yeah.
And so book a demo with their team. You're not going to regret it. It's overflow.co/LLI to book a demo right away.
So we're leaning in. All right, let's jump right in. Ready? Today, we are talking about decision-making skills.
Wow.
I think one of the most important skills that you need in your tool set is the ability to make great decisions, wise decisions, smart decisions. And I love that every day, your whole day is filled with making choices. What am I going to eat? Who am I going to text? What am I going to reply to? What meetings do I want to take? You've got to constantly, in real-time motion, make decisions. I want to just spend some time talking about making the best decision and develop. If you're concerned about your decision-making skills, let me encourage you. You can challenge yourself to become even greater at making choices. Because the reality is you got to make relationship choices. You got to make financial decisions. You got to make decisions about your future and your family. Yeah. You are hard pressed today with tons of decisions. But good news, I'm really thankful that we can, through wisdom and experience, we can make the best decisions. So I'll give you a few thoughts on it. Write down number one, fast forward the tape. just love this about leadership, that I can always just go, okay, I'm going to make this choice. If I go down this road, what's going to happen? And that helps me calculate the risk.
Yep.
It helps me go like, okay, this is the cost. This is probably going to be the result. There's few things in my life that I make the choice and I go like, I'm so shocked by the outcome. I usually, for the most part,
ballpark.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But I thought this was what we were going to have.
Yeah. You know, when you turn 25 and they're like, yeah, when you turn 25, your frontal lobe was finally developed. Which is true.
Shout out to the frontal lobe.
Frontal lobe, thanks. No, it's so true though. Like, I feel like when I turned 25, every big decision I started to make, I was always, and still to this day, I'm fast forwarding to like, where is this going to lead me to? Whereas before 25, I was just like, decision, impulse, decision, feeling. Whereas now I'm like, wow, this is a really big decision.
Yeah.
Because this impacts me in ways I can't even imagine.
Yeah. One of my favorite proverbs is this proverb. Listen to this one. It says, a prudent man foresees evil and hides himself. A simple man keeps going and suffers the consequences for it. I've always taken that proverb and gone, I'm so glad I can foresee. This is called foresight.
Yep.
I think leadership is about having insight, which develops my foresight. I want insight on me, insight on the team, insight on the finances. We're making decisions here as an organization on our money and our compensation and our operations and our venues and parking. Why? Because I'm in the insights. I'm in the details.
That's right.
And the details help me fast forward and going, okay, if you keep spending at this rate, you're going to be in this kind of deficit.
Yeah.
So do you want to be in the negative or the positive? The insight helps me, give me foresight.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so important that you got to be in the weeds of your life, get in the details, understanding. Great understanding helps me make plans for the future. So, fast forward the tape. It's like when I was growing up on the VCR, you're in the VCR era?
Of course.
Yeah, VCR. You have to wait. You hit it once, you hit it twice. If you were lucky, so 2 times, 4 times, maybe your VCR can handle 8.
That's state of the art.
My grandma had it in times 8.
Oh, you're flying.
We would rewind the whole Titanic movie in like 2 minutes.
No, I had the separate, just a rewinder machine.
Oh, the machine. Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Today, it drives me crazy. These kids that can just tap the pause.
I know.
And to me, what's so funny about it, though, is like, I think decisions are like that. I can fast forward and go, okay, this is going to be the ending.
Yep.
I know you're here, but if you do that, this is what it's going to look like.
Yeah, wow.
I think leadership, you got to get the insights, though. I can't just make choices, make calls, make decisions. No, I got to get the insight that gives me the foresight.
Yep.
That is a huge deal. Number 2, what would so-and-so do? WWJD. What would Jesus do? So that's kind of the gold standard, right? In leadership, his kindness, compassion, generosity, love, forgiveness, all of the above. He has, turned the other cheek, go the extra mile.
Yeah.
He's the best leader that's ever walked the face of the earth. So I like putting on the bracelet.
Yeah, it's back.
And it's I think it's going to be a time. By the way, does anybody have IP on that?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
I don't know if someone does.
Yeah.
If they do, they're in the Bahamas right now.
100%.
Yeah.
What would Jesus do? Go to the Bahamas.
Yeah. What would Jesus do? Right. I think life is so cool. It allows you to ask, what would Jesus do? But also gives you a couple of road markers. Gives you a couple of heroes, giants to go like, what would they do? How would they handle it? I have a buddy that has a great dad. His dad's very gregarious. He's very entertaining. He's got a great personality. And he said, my dad would always hold court at dinner. My dad was always telling the stories. My dad was always making the decisions. He goes, so now when I get in situations, I always just think, what would dad do right now? What would dad do?
Yeah.
Well, how would dad handle this dinner? How would dad handle this conflict? And I think you need to have a hero, a leader or two that would go, what would so-and-so do?
Yeah.
I know what to do because I know how they would handle it. I know what they would say. And you need those voices in your ear. I think your dad could be one of them, a hero, a pastor, a mentor, a great leader that you lean into and is a mentor from a distance, maybe someone you glean from and you really want to aspire to get to their level. You need to be able to ask that question. What would Jesus do? But also, what would Ed Milet do? What would John Maxwell do?
Yeah.
What would Jensen Franklin do? What would, fill in the blank? What would they do? In this scenario, that allows me to give that, there's that safety in the multitude of counselors.
That's right.
They might not sit with me, but they sit with me.
Exactly.
That's why I think it's so important that you lean into books and podcasts and all that, because I can't bring them all into the conference room or get them all into Zoom, but they're with me.
Yeah.
That's right. It's like what it says in Proverbs, you observe the ants, or, it's like, they don't have to literally be speaking to you to be speaking to you, for you to learn from them, for you to gain wisdom. I feel like it's already assumed in this conversation what you're saying, but if you're making decisions so last minute that you can't ask yourself that question, then you're probably need margin for better, more time to make those decisions.
There you go.
That's a great thought.
I find myself like impulsively making decisions too late. I can't even ask myself that question.
Yeah,
that
that's
question
so
anymore.
true.
You got to start back. Sorry, you got to start before. You got to be thinking about this.
That's right.
Before.
It reminds me this morning. We were reading in Isaiah. This is always one of my favorite ones, and it says, woe to you," which is just so Bible, so gangster. Like, it's you're so in trouble. Woe to you. I'm like, dang. Woe to you, it says, who build house to house and field to field. And basically you have no margin in your land. And it says at the end, and you find no pleasure.
Wow.
And what it's saying, what the truth, the takeaway of this is like, you are so maximized and you build house to house and field to field and you go and you have no pleasure.
Yeah.
You don't love life. So the whole thought there, what God is teaching us is you need margin in your life to rest. That's why 6 days work, 7th day, no work.
Yeah.
No labor, no striving, no earning, resting. That is a signal. God can do more with your 6 days than you could do with your 7. It's like the tithe.
Yep.
God could do more with your 90% than you could do with your 100%.
That's right.
You just watch God.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is an example of that. 6 days, they're open, closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A, you my number one. With the lemonade, put the gram away.
Clip it.
I don't know it.
My boys love that
shame.
song. My boys, that is
My
a big
boys
shame.
are,
they love that song.
Every word.
They love that song. But to me, it's like, that's why I have margin. I have that 7th day. I can take a day to rest, and it does help me breathe. It does help me think clear. It's just hard, and that's why the scripture's there. Woe to you who build house to house and field to field. So that's a big one. Number 3, does this align with my vision, values, and standards? When I'm making choices and when I'm making decisions, and I've got a lot of decisions to make, is this in alignment with where I'm going and the trajectory of my life and what I see for my life? Is this in the vision? Is this what I value? Is this at the standard? This is a great question, because opportunities fly your way. They just fly. Opportunities are coming. Just buckle up for the rest of your life. You're going to have a ton of opportunities. So what I would be planning on if I were you is opportunity. You're going to have tons of opportunity. DJ, I know you're over here, but you're going to have tons of opportunity. I'm going to have opportunities. Opportunities come your way.
Yeah.
Just because it's just because it's a good thing doesn't mean it's a wise thing.
Right.
Just because it's there, and you've talked about this before, Nate, about the best leaders, they know how to say no. Their no is so powerful. You develop that. And so I've got to ask myself a question. When I have an opportunity, does this align with my vision and my values and my standards? If I were you, if I was a leader, if I'm you today, I'm doubling down on writing down my vision. What's the vision statement? What's the vision plan?
So
where are we going? Okay, then what do I value? Your values will deliver your vision.
Yeah.
Your values is the vehicle that will take you into the vision. Your vision or your dream is nothing without a plan.
Yeah.
The values are the plan, and then the standards uphold the values to deliver the vision. So you need vision, values, and standards. If you get your standards down and you have your values set in place, you will develop the vision that's in your heart. Without those other two, it's just a waste of time. So I've got to make decisions. I know I've got tons of decisions coming up, and they're coming my way, and I'm making them in real time, and I'm just trying to bump it up against the vision, values, stand. So it's the VVS. It's not the VBS. It's the VVS, the visions, the values, and the standards.
Can I ask you a question? Because I feel like, in the ideal situation, your faith or whatever you believe in is complements your family, your marriage, which hopefully complements your organization. But like for me, I always go like, does this honor God? Does this honor my wife? And then it's a whole other set of values. Does this go by the values of the organization I'm in? Those sometimes those don't always match up. Like, do you have a priority? I assume it's probably God first. And then,
first.
Yeah. But how do you address those things? Like, do you have an order that you go, if this isn't making it through God, it's not even close to my,
Yeah, I think that's why it's a great question. I think that you're always trying to take your values and to me personally, whatever God values, I value.
Yep.
So I'm not trying to create new values.
That's right.
I'm not trying to develop my own standards.
That's good.
Yeah.
Of going like, wow, you value that, but God doesn't. Weird. If he's about it, I'm about it. That's kind of my whole thing of life. So for my family, my marriage, if God wants that, we want that. So my values have been predetermined. They're already preset.
Really good. Yep.
They're not original.
They're not new. Yeah.
They're not new. They've been extracted from a greater source.
Yeah.
From the one I aspire to be like. And so, yes, it is God first, but how could and my marriage won't last. My marriage has no shot unless I value what God values.
Yep.
Because this is the foundation. That's what he's saying. And to me, the wise man built his house on the rock. What's the rock? His values, his life, what he's about. So that becomes a safety net, a security blanket, a safeguard for me, where it's like pretty easy to determine what I value, what I'm about.
Yeah.
Right. I'm maybe for family and organization, it's like, okay, I don't know, I'm never gonna miss my kid's baseball game. And then it's like, wait a second, I got a work thing.
Yeah.
It's like my work values this, but we created a family value.
Yeah.
That's a decision structure. I'm like, sometimes that's difficult for, okay, which one is it just because it's one time we're good? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I think you run up against those types of rhythm and situations, and you make those decisions real time. But I think to the best of your ability, our values have been set.
Yeah.
So I have a job, I have an obligation. If I'm on a plane, I'm preaching somewhere and I miss my son's game, I don't feel like I'm in a value conflict.
At odds with each other.
I'm not at odds, they're not competing.
Yeah.
It's a part of our life. It's a part of our bigger calling. And we made a decision 6 months ago that we were going to do this.
I love what you just said, we.
Yeah, together as a family.
You're not working for this thing.
No.
The family's together in this.
Exactly. And I can fast forward the tape and I can calculate, okay, yeah, let's do it.
That's
or no, we're not going to do that, So last one, number 4, do I want to be known? This is so good. Do I want to be known as someone who is wise or foolish? It's kind of that simple to me.
Yeah.
Because the fool is so alarming and so intriguing to me. The fool presents themselves as so wise. If you talk to the fool, you're like, wow, so wise. How did they? But they have no fruit.
Wow, what a distinction.
They do have influence.
Yeah, that's so true.
And that's the tricky part is there's influence. Just because someone is influential doesn't mean they're influencing people to the right thing.
Yeah.
I think you have to always take out the influence and look at the fruit. What type of fruit is it? Is it the type of fruit you want in your life? You're drawn to, you're attracted to. What are they reproducing in others? Is it the attitude of faith and the attitude of belief and the attitude of servitude and the attitude of generosity and the attitude of your values? If that's not being reproduced, why are they being influenced at you? So I love this. We're all developing our own reputation. You got your own name. You've got your own reputation. I've got my own reputation. Your reputation is being determined based upon your character, the content of your character, not the color of your skin. Who are you as a person?
Yep.
What is your nuance, your fragrance, your aura, your moxie, your confidence? Do you help people, serve people, love people? If you are, you're going to be marked as someone that's wise. There's a wisdom to you. Wow. People should say of you, you're wise beyond your years. I don't know how you're that young, but you're so wise. Wisdom to me is not knowledge. It's the application of knowledge. That's the definition of wisdom.
Yep.
It's not knowing a lot. It's doing a lot.
Yep.
So it got here, but it didn't stop here. There was not a blockage here. It got into my feet. Most people are fools because they know so much, they can't do so much. Jeez. You're only wise if you can apply. Application. Get out of your bed, make your bed, drink your water, do your stuff, work hard, develop great relationships, be a good husband, try your best to be a good father, this is just wisdom. This is what I love about leadership. It is not rocket science.
Yeah.
It is just applying all the stuff you've been reading. So I know you got a ton of great things here. I know that there's so many good axioms and maxims and sayings and quotes and tweets and blah. But it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not impressed. You can quote so-and-so, and you know that verse. But it's stuck here. The fool listens to himself. A fool is right in his own eyes. As I make decisions, I'm trying my best to put it into my feet and put it into practice to do the things that I know are it's just really wise. So smart you did that. It's really smart you started that savings account. Really smart you started that Bible reading plan. It's really smart you started that workout program. It's really smart you started that diet. It's really smart that you went to bed that early. Wise. Wise is so unsexy. Wise is so boring. Wise is so not cool. The fool is cool. The fool is cool. The fool is out and about and loud and doing no fruit.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like how you framed it there because it's like the fool isn't always easy to like identify.
No.
They hide really well. They blend in, they influence really well. It's like who is around me? I'm like, okay, I need to look at their fruit.
Yeah, look at their fruit. Look at the fruit. Look at their life. Look at their longevity.
Yeah.
Look at what they've been doing. Look at, if they're going to be an influence in my life, I've got to kind of go, wow, I'm that scripture that says the righteous chooses their friends wisely. Let's say it this way for you, leader. The leader chooses their influences wisely.
Well, don't you think it's true as well? Like if you can be wise in this room, go into another room and now you're the fool.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Proverbs gives you a hack. If that's you, just be quiet.
Yeah.
You'll look wise and then you'll become wise.
That's right.
Because you're in a room where you're the fool. Everyone else has wisdom beyond your years.
How about this one? It says, even a fool looks wise when he is silent.
That's right.
So even if you dumb, you just stay quiet. People are like,
close that mouth.
Man, they're so smart, man. They're so smart.
They're so mysterious.
And it's like, by the way, welcome to the club if you've made some dumb decisions.
Yeah.
You said some stupid thing. Another worse than that, you ever send the regret text? Hey, last night I might have said too much, and I got a regret text from a gold standard leader last week, top shelf. Next morning, hey, I love so-and-so. And I'm like, bro, you're good. Didn't overstep, didn't say anything inappropriate, didn't disrespect, and not even close.
Yeah.
But that's wise.
I was about to say the fact that he took the extra step to send the text, there's reflection in that.
Yeah.
There's wisdom in that.
And there's also a little bit of like, I just don't want to be that person.
Exactly. Empathy for all the things.
I'm pressed with the decision. What do I do with this feeling?
Yeah.
I could just feel bad, or I could even double down on my commitment to this person and the person that wasn't there to let everybody know I am not that person.
Exactly.
Sarah Takel and I, shout out to Sarah Takel, we just got an email a month ago from a Zoe college student that was here 6 years ago.
Wow.
They said, hey, I don't think I represented Jesus like the way I wanted to while I was in the program. I just want to let you know.
There you go.
My life's different now.
There you go.
I apologize for who I was then.
There you go.
And I just had my respect level went
come on.
just through the roof.
Yeah.
It was the coolest email.
Yeah. The quest of life is to become wise. That's just the quest.
Yeah.
Like you're really wise. You're just that's a wise person. That's like, I think you'll always be called on.
Yeah.
I think what a compliment when someone's like, "Hey, do you have 10 minutes today? I got to make this decision. I just want to know, what would you do?" That's a compliment.
Yeah.
If no one's asking you that, I'd be kind of concerned. That means no one's looking at you going like, "Wow,
Right.
you're so wise." I think to be a leader is to be known as being wise.
Yeah.
You're wise. You're really smart. I love the way you handled that. I love the way you framed that. I love your language. Some people in my life, I just need them for language. You put good language to the way I feel.
Yeah.
You help me. I wouldn't have been able to communicate that. I had to make a tough decision 2 weeks ago about an event that I was supposed to go to. And so I made a call to a wise leader. I said, "What would you do in this scenario? What would you say?" And I just, the whole time, that's good. That's good. Oh, wow, that's good. Yeah, that's so smart. But this person's wise, so I called on him.
Yeah, you knew exactly who to call.
I knew exactly who to call. Not even, no other person
Yep.
that would be qualified, really, in my book, to make this call. So find you some wise people, but to the best of your ability, while you're in process, become wise. You've got the tools that it takes to become a wise leader, make even better decisions than you're currently making. We'll see you next episode.